On a quiet January morning in 1998, a family in California woke up to every parent's worst nightmare. 12-year-old Stephanie Crowe was found stabbed to death in her own bedroom. What followed would shock the nation, because police quickly believed they had found the killer, her own brother. Stephanie Crowe lived with her parents and siblings in the city of Escondido, California. She was known as a bright, kind, and cheerful young girl with her whole life ahead of her. On January 21st, 1998, Stephanie's grandmother discovered her body inside her bedroom. She had suffered multiple stab wounds. There were no signs of forced entry, no obvious suspect, and very few clues. Investigators immediately began searching for answers. The investigation moved quickly. Detectives focused their attention inside the home. And before long, suspicion centered on someone nobody expected. Stephanie's 14-year-old brother, Michael Crowe. Michael insisted he knew nothing about his sister's murder, but detectives believed otherwise. For hours, they questioned the teenager. Then hours became days. The pressure intensified. Michael was interrogated for nearly 14 hours. He was isolated from his family. Repeatedly told investigators believed he was guilty. Eventually, exhausted and confused, Michael began agreeing with details suggested by detectives. Then came a shocking confession. Michael confessed to killing his sister. But the confession contained inconsistencies. Important facts were wrong. And investigators had provided many details during questioning. Despite that, police considered the case solved. Soon, Michael's friends Joshua Treadway and Aaron Hauser were also questioned. After intense interrogations, they too made statements that appeared to implicate themselves. 3 teenagers, 3 confessions. And yet something didn't add up. And crucially, there was almost no physical evidence connecting the boys to the murder. The case against them began to collapse. Then investigators discovered a man named Richard Toot, a transient who had been seen wandering around the Crowe family home around the time of the murder. His behavior had raised concerns from neighbors, yet he had not initially been treated as the primary suspect. As technology improved, forensic evidence received renewed attention. Investigators re-examined physical evidence from the crime scene, and gradually the focus shifted away from the teenagers, toward Richard Toot. In 2013, after years of legal proceedings, Richard Toot was convicted of Stephanie Crowe's murder. For Stephanie's family, it marked the end of a painful chapter. But the story left behind difficult questions. Questions about interrogations, false confessions, and the consequences of getting it wrong. Stephanie Crowe was only 12 years old when her life was taken. Her case became one of America's most well-known examples of how false confessions can emerge during intense interrogations. While the real killer was eventually convicted, years were lost pursuing the wrong suspects. And Stephanie's story remains a reminder that justice depends not only on finding answers, but finding the right ones.